Before this video begins, I'd just like to give a huge thank you to the sponsorship donors and patrons of this channel. These being Tribal Typhoon, Skyhawkings, Dante Demonic and Negus. Thank you guys, without your support this video would not be possible. Shall we begin? True and welcome to Shadowstar. I am Captain Ri'shad, aka the Renegade, and again, I should also say welcome to Risian and the summer event of 2020 for Star Trek Online, where you can unlock this amazing ship. This is the Risian Weather Control Vessel Tier 6, and this will be, on Shadowstar, a stats review video. So, I trust no matter which faction you are part of, Federation, Klingons, Romulans, Dominion, all the others in between, please, get comfortable, watch those statuettes over there, and let us begin with this Starship review in her stats department. A tier 6 ship, available to any faction and also usable once you have completed the tutorial, as she is a tier 6 leveling ship. She comes with a slightly weak hull modifier of 0.95. However, this is directly countered indeed by a 1.45 shield modifier, making her one of the strongest shield ships going. But she's going to get stronger from here. Really, honestly, this is my kind of ship, so I'm so happy with this ship. We have an impressive weapons array of 3 for a science vessel. Why is this impressive? Because it's just typical. It's not really impressive. I'm gonna be honest here. Probably would have made a lot of people happier if she was a 4-3, but at least she wasn't a 3-5. I mean, yeah, 3-5 looks great for mine ships, but we got a science vessel going on here. Technically, I'll say right now, a pilot science ship, which isn't bad, and I actually quite like the idea of. She has a base turn rate of 17, making her very agile among her science predecessors, and a impulse modifier of 0.185. Might as well have said 1.8. 5 makes nothing. Sorry, 0.18, because that 5 makes for nothing. Still, it's useful, and with an inertia of 70, we've got quite the agile ship going on here. Her power modifiers are exactly what you'd expect for a science vessel, and quite fitting for her, with a +5 to engines and +15 to auxiliary power. Well, to be fair, considering she looks like an Earth type skimmer, if you don't know what kind of ship I'm looking up, just look up Speed Cats, and you might find out what kind of boat I'm talking about here. Also, well, yes, some people have made the connection. She looks like the Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix. That's why mine is called the Nebuchadnezzar. Fittingly, to go along with this Nebuchadnezzar thing, she has her sensory analysis that comes with science vessels and subsystem targeting. She also has the ability to, of course, equip a secondary deflector, and, well, the only letdown to her, really. Okay, I'll get into that in a second. We have 2 great consoles and traits, we'll look at them in a second, but console modifiers is probably where I'd have gone first let down. See, she is a 3 tactical, 3 engineering, 5 science. Now, obviously, this isn't bad. She's got decent amount of engineering, decent amount of tactical, and she is obviously science biased. Personally though, considering her shield modifier and just the way she's built, and considering how much I hate the Dauntless, thank you Skyhawkings for pointing this out to me, I would have probably considered saying that she might have been better off with a 4 tactical, 5 science and only 2 on engineering, because she shows her weak spot engineering wise anyway, so you might as well go full DPS or shield tank with this ship. However, thanks to her current stats, she is quite the support vessel. And yes, as noted, she's a very good shield tank. And well, she's also a pretty damn good DPS ship, let's be honest. This gets better for her though. She has a Lieutenant Tactical, Lieutenant Engineering and Lieutenant Science, so each position has 1 Lieutenant station. You then have your Commander Science station as expected for a science vessel, and finally a Lieutenant Commander Universal Pilot position. This is great because this means DPSs can get all the power they need, tanks can get all the power they need, and support wise you're just drowning in it. Then there is a substantial boost that this ship gets that I really must have it to now, because someone said they love their dreadnoughts. Well, I agree, dreadnoughts are amazing. My question is this though, I reckon this ship could be a dreadnought's worst nightmare. Not only can it outpace it, it can out-tank it with its shields. I reckon it's going to be pretty damn good against DPS vessels and your typical escorts. Maybe not so great against battle cruisers, but it'll be relatively good against escorts as you'll be able to slow them down. Against other science ships, I believe this is where the neutral ground hits. She's tough, don't get me wrong. From what we've seen of her stats here, she's going to be pretty damn powerful among science ships, but she definitely has a vulnerability to the more tactically orientated science ships, as they will not only be able to deal out more damage, of course, but since they are also science based, they can probably weaken her greatest strength, her shields. Something to keep in mind. But keep in mind indeed. Let's take a look now at her actual equipment. I can get that one off screen. Comes out with the neutral loadout naturally, but her unique console is Neutronic Eddy Generator. You see, unique, yes. Good console, yes. Not the best part about this ship though, but hey, it's still good. So what have we got here? We have got a passive effect here that really does sicken to what this ship does good. Improves your drain expertise. Oh, hang on, what was I just saying about this ship's weakness would probably be to drain ships? It's got a boost to drain expertise, a plus 17.1, plus 7.5 to auxiliary power settings, making this ship even more effective in its role. And of course it can summon neutronic eddies, blah blah. These hazardous eddies will be created by 4 for 20 seconds, dealing 1,243.8 radiation damage ignoring shields. This is on a rough average. And minus 2,901.9 to all shields. Oh boy, this is also a drain ship. This console literally is a drain type console and great for drain builds, as well as there for those that use exotic damage as their primary damage output. I know, unusual, but it works. Unfortunately, I can't really show off this true potential as I'm a control type, but it's still, hopefully I can show what this can do later. This comes as part of a 3-piece set that you gain via the other Risian ships. Yoink, if I can get the more details up. And should you have these equipped, you will find yourself being able to activate the exotic particle generator, which is great for you exotic damage dealers, and then you'll also be able to activate the control expertise part of the ship. So really, I need the 2-part set. Then we have the party mode, as it's being called, which is plus 10% power recharge speed to pilot bridge officer abilities and rock and roll. This is absolutely great for me because I love to use rock and roll. It's like my lifesaver in the last second, along with the invincible trait. Now, I think I might have a second one of these consoles. If I do, we're going to use it, show what this ship can really do. But for now, we'll get onto this ship's true defining glory. The new meta, so to speak, for some builds. This extremely powerful trait. Electrified anomalies. Now, as noted already, I am a control type, so I create anomalies like it's going out of fashion. You've also got exotic particle damage anomalies, exotic damage anomalies, and so have many other things that use anomalies as a way of either controlling, damaging, or even draining. So let's be straight, just straight from a scientific standpoint, this is going to be a very, very powerful trait. Definitely one for any science build. It deals electrical damage, 136 damage, ignoring shields for each second to foes within 5 kilometers. That is going to add up quite quickly. And if you are boosting exotic damage, that is going to be even higher. You've then got the plus 5.4 to all power levels for any of your allies within 5 kilometers of the anomaly. So what does this mean? Well, as I said in my intel video, this actually counts for a lot. Let's take my specific build for example. I am control DPS, support DPS type. I try to concentrate allies in a single point that is normally in front of me, sometimes to the side. This is the idea of keeping all enemies in one spot, so that my allies, hopefully mostly DPS, can all focus around the targets and use cannon scatter volley, beam fight wheel, torpedo spread to hit as many targets as possible and get the maximum amount of DPS damage possible. That is what my build is for, helping the DPS deal even more damage. How does this trait assist me? Well, one, I'm probably using anomalies to do this, so it's going to activate on the anomalies. Secondly, I'm now dealing a bit of extra damage myself thanks to the electrical effect that targets those anomalies. Secondly, ignoring how I'd be damaging the enemies, my allies are now all focused around these targets. And I can't believe I guessed it in the intel review, but with this 5 kilometer range, which is what I guessed it would be, there is a very high chance of your allies getting close enough. Of course, they're getting within 5 kilometers of the enemy, probably. So they're going to get power level boosts, which means they can deal even more damage. Voila! We're now outputting huge amount of damage on a single area where hopefully all the enemies are. That is just one very specific version of why this trait is powerful. And that nods to my type of play, the control support player. DPSs can be making use of this because they're probably trying to slow up the enemies anyway in some manner. So they've got some anomalies they'll release. Tanks may be using anomalies to try and keep the threat generated towards them. This is going to again allow them to generate even more threat, because every time that strikes, your ship will generate more threat as a result. This is going to be very powerful. I can't wait to test it properly. Unfortunately, I don't have it unlocked right now, so we won't be seeing that today. But I trust that you are all still comfortable, so please grab your drinks. For now, we're going to take this weather control ship into battle to see how well she can do. Helm, take us out. To the Alpha Quadrant. And then the Beta. Just to throw a little laugh for you guys in here, here's what happens when you use Quantum Slipstream Drive. Oh! No, it corrected itself. Or at least it corrected itself this time. Oh. Customization on this ship is absolutely amazing, by the way. So, with this being said, neutral power settings, let's test this ship. And oh boys, it's going to be fun. I'm just going to test her in her strength. Ah, shut up and stay. Oh, I passed one. Ha! I was honestly expecting a little bit more trouble than that. Oh, hello up there. Well, we know she did pretty damn well in that first engagement. Using base level control on that. Oh, let's see how this ship does. Now going for nightmare level. That's not from this ship, but it will be a good control aspect. So we can... Oh! Hello! Oh! You can physically see that doing its thing, couldn't you? Look at that at work! Hello! Not bad at all. Oh, Jem'Hadar battleship. This is gonna be fun. Should I go like full metal just to see how quickly I can take it down? Do you want to see how quickly this ship can take that down? I think before we go after that, I'm gonna wipe out these boys, these naughty boys behind it. Just because I can. Hello there. Whoops. Not doing too bad. Basic fire under medium settings. Yeah, she does good. She does very good. Now you up there, buddy. Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to torment you a little bit. We're gonna start off with this. And then we're going to get a little bit more nasty to you. Oh! That was a lot quicker than I was expecting that to be. At base power settings, that should not have been that quick. Yes, I am definitely a fan of the Nebuchadnezzar. Oh, sorry, of the Risian weather control vessel. It's got its shortfalls, but it's definitely one of these very versatile and strong science vessels. So, final thoughts on that part then. My final thoughts on this ship are probably quite simple and straightforward. She's an amazing science ship. Absolutely brilliant addition to all science ships. She does the classification of science vessel justice. And, well, I can see her being versatile and usable by any type of player, minus hull tanks. Her real weakness is the hull tank area. She's not going to be exactly the best for it. However, she is an amazing shield tank, and as a result I will definitely classify her as a 8.5 out of 10 when it comes to shield tanking. This is purely only knocked down by the fact that she can't hull tank. As a support vessel, well, just across the board, her consoles and traits, they want to assist in support. She is a great science ship to begin with. Plenty of science abilities, plenty of science stations and consoles. I'm going to give her 10 out of 10 for the science role. For science support, she's excessively good, and any science player can use her. That's why she gets 10 out of 10 from me. You don't have to know what you're doing with her. If you are a science type player, you can definitely use this ship. DPS. Well, DPS I've sort of muddled off of mostly in this video, but I'm going to be blunt why. It was kind of going without saying going into this actual look at this ship that she was going to be relatively good. Really, I should have thought about that with other ships I've done in the past, but DPS wise, tactical DPS is her weak spot with only 3 tactical consoles. But with the science side of DPS, she is exceptionally strong, and as a result, her DPS score with me again is going to be 8.5 out of 10, with her only strike being she isn't able to be that versatile as a DPS ship. You do have to know what you're doing in the science department to create this science DPS vessel. Her trait is extremely good and is a 10 out of 10 trait with me. I honestly recommend working towards and getting this ship for every player just for that trait, because you never know when that one is going to be useful to you. It is literally a meta trait at this point. You then have her console. Now her console is great for drain builds. Definitely something for any drain type player, no matter what role you're taking. If you use drain in some way, it's a good console for you. Not sure if it's one I would definitely throw on to a build. Can definitely think of better consoles, which is niggling it down with me. She does become more versatile with the other Risian ship consoles, but as they aren't quite the best when it comes to Risian tier 6 consoles, I'm afraid I'm going to have to knock down their still. This means for me the console is a 6 out of 10, probably one of her weakest aspects again, along with hull tanking. Not really that bad though. She's done very well. What you haven't got to see in this video, but you will see in the visual review, is that she is a extremely flexible and style ship. Her natural hull palette is quite mild, and as a result you can throw, as you can see, you naturally see her in a blue and orange, but I've got her as white and black. All glowing elements can be adjusted between just about any colour you can think of: red, orange, yellow, pink, purple, blue, another blue. You've got different visor styles after that, which gives a colour combination. It's absolutely amazing what you can do with this ship customization wise. So customization standpoint, she's grabbed a 10 out of 10 again from me. And I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to like her looks. As much as I voted for the style, when we finally saw it flushed out, I was like, oh, did I really vote for that? Now that I'm seeing it in game, and just seeing how it works, like from that angle it's bulbous, but from this angle it's sharp. It's such a fluid and beautiful ship. Guys, she's free. I mean, I spent 1,000 Lobby to get her so I could review her day one for you guys. But you can spend a Lobby if you want to. But I strongly recommend jumping on this right now. If you haven't already started, start it. Get the Risian events done and earn this ship, because you won't be disappointed with what you get from this science vessel. She's a great entry science ship. For someone who can't afford a Zen ship, she definitely works up there with some of the best Zen ships. Science-wise to say, I think that I can only think of a few science ships that I'd definitely say are better. She's free. She's worth getting. Come on, guys. Earn this beauty of a vessel. I'm blathering on here. May I say right now to my extremely generous Patreons and sponsorship donors, a huge thank you to you, as I literally would not be doing the video right now without your support. Furthermore, the problems I've been having are going to be fixed thanks to their support, so your generosity, guys, I really can't thank you enough. If you're new to this channel, I do hope you'll consider subscribing and maybe hitting the like on this video just so that it's really helped out there in the algorithms, because it massively helps the channel out. And hopefully I'll see you guys over on our Discord, the best place to go to find out everything I'm up to. Now, with all this being said, thanks for watching. Shout outs to Zeph Films and the Augment Dictator, who I know both must be doing great videos on this ship as well. Check them guys out. And until next time, guys, ciao for now. Remember, live long and prosper, my friends. Now let's get back to Riser. We have to enjoy the sun. Woohoo! That's not Riser. Ah! I've ruined it! Aha! I've not ruined it now! Riser, we come! Surf's up.